everyone, and welcome to this video's topic, toxic positivity. Um, guys, I've often struggled with this. I think this is probably how I survived high school. I didn't know what I was doing was toxic positivity, and I didn't know that it was not good for me. And I wish I knew earlier that just avoiding problems or just calling a problem for what it is, an issue or a problem or something that makes you feel a certain thing, isn't going to put more stress on the people around you. It's not going to make people around you feel like more of a failure. It's not going to make your problems go away. It's not something we do to survive. Toxic positivity is not a survival instinct. This is learned behavior. It's what we call a coping mechanism. And I really fell prey to toxic positivity as a coping mechanism until I found myself in a place where I started feeling so overwhelmed, first of all. Second of all, I felt like I was having mental breakdowns, emotional breakdowns. I just couldn't cope. My senses were completely just in overload, and I just couldn't deal. And I would have very poor reactions when I felt like that. And I would become very sensitive. And I didn't realize that this was because of years and years of denying myself the truth. It's actually a lie that I told myself and a lie that I told the people around me, that I'm okay, nothing's wrong, I have no issues, I'm just happy old me. And though I think part of the coping mechanism was noble for me, at least, it was I just really didn't want to put pressure on anyone else around me or be trouble or feel like I'm an effort when people maybe didn't have any capacity, And so it came out of like trying to save people from me and my issues. Maybe it's a bit of a people pleaser mechanism as well, coping mechanism, but it ended up me being the biggest liar under the sun, and not to the world, but to myself. That's where it started, right? You start denying yourself the truth that something is bothering you, that someone has stepped over a boundary and that it hurt you, or that they're triggering a wound that they don't have to trigger. They have it within their means not to press your buttons like this, but you just sort of keep quiet and say it's nothing, it's fine. They're going through a difficult time, or, they also don't have it easy. And you think you're having grace on people, or you think you're saving them from dealing with you on top of everything else. And actually all that it causes in you is toxic positivity, because what happens is you suppress all of your negative feelings, you suppress all of the bad that you're feeling, and where does it go? It goes nowhere. It sits, it's stuck in your body. All of that negativity, all of those feelings of hurt and wounded and frustration and anger, it festers in your body. And so I had to learn a new coping mechanism, because the coping mechanism I was using was no longer serving me. It was also no longer bringing me any positivity. It was just toxic. Okay, so let's talk about this and let's see what we can do. Okay, so toxic positivity is the pressure to always be happy or positive, even when you are struggling. It dismisses real emotions by insisting you look on the bright side or just be grateful. This approach does not allow space for feelings such as sadness, anger, or frustration. While positivity can be helpful, forcing it can make people feel ashamed for having normal human emotions. Toxic positivity often prevents true healing or honest connection, because people don't know the real you, because you are lying about what bothers you and what's okay and what's not okay and what's an issue in your life. So in order for us to find real positivity, we need to have healthy ways of processing the negative emotions first. We need to give ourselves time to feel sadness. We need to sit sometimes and just I did a video about the problem is the solution, and also on joy lists. And the important thing is, before you can move on from a problem, before you can find your joy, you need to acknowledge first that I am feeling something that's negative. There is something wrong. And you need to actively feel that. Whether it's 5 minutes, I also suggest that you do it proportional to the issue that you're having, right? If it's a small problem, you take 5 minutes. If it's a bigger problem, you take longer. It's okay to take long to work through a problem. It's okay to say, I'm struggling. I have these short bursts of joy in between, but then I find myself in the problem again. That's also okay. What's not okay is denying that it's a problem at all. So we need to give ourselves time to feel the emotion, the negative emotion, the sadness, unhappy, frustration, anger, grief, whatever it is, and name the emotions for yourself. If you struggle with toxic positivity, sit down and write down what you are feeling that's negative. We can't allow negative emotions to rule us. We can also not make choices out of our emotional state. Emotions can't rule us or force us into reaction. So the important thing is, while you are processing negative emotions, trauma, sadness, grief, whatever it is, while you are still in the process of processing, don't make big life choices. Don't make emotional choices, because if you do, they will be the wrong choices, like 99% of the time. So make sure that your emotions aren't ruling your logic, because they're not supposed to rule your logic, okay? But they are supposed to be processed. So giving into negative emotions or focusing on them and feeding them will have the same effect in the long term as toxic positivity. So saying, I am just focusing on the positive is bad, but equally saying I'm just focusing on the negative, that is also bad. There needs to be a balance in between these two states, okay? So our negative emotions need to go somewhere. Otherwise, they become stuck in us. They'll rule us. But they must be processed by us. That's your answer. Don't let them get stuck by saying toxic positivity. Don't focus so much on them that that's all you see, that then your emotions will rule you. But your negative emotions must be processed by you. That's the option you choose. If you swallow and suppress all your emotions, this will cause mental instability, physical disease, and eventually burnouts. Our bodies were made to process and move on and not suppress. Real positivity comes from a place of gratitude. It does not come from a place of denial. Like I said earlier, I lied so much to myself of denying that something is a problem. That is not the solution, okay? Denial says there's no bad feelings, only good, even if it is contrary to the truth. The body cannot find real positivity in a state of denial. When you are in a state of being untruthful to yourself and the world, that body cannot find real positivity because it is a place of dishonesty. Okay, so it is only in truth that you can find real positivity. It is okay to feel negative emotions when bad things happen. That is okay. It's okay to say, this really bothers me, or you really hurt my feelings by doing that, or you really triggered a wound by doing this. Please, if you want to be my friend, don't do this again. This is what makes us human. It is not normal to dwell on negative events and emotions to such an extent that they rule you, or rule your actions, or rule your thoughts, where they keep playing like a movie and a loop over and over in your head. It is equally not normal to disconnect from your emotions, deny them into a state where you are in toxic positivity. True positivity is to process your emotions and to move on as soon as possible. Don't wallow in it. Okay, this is a very short video. I hope you enjoyed it. This really helped me to just get better coping mechanisms and to have clearer communication with my family and friends and colleagues to make sure that they know the real me and that I have real positivity and that I'm authentic to myself. If you feel you are struggling with this, please feel free to contact me and we can do some one-on-one coaching sessions where I can help you and guide you in this specific area of your life. And once again, thank you very much for listening and joining us. I'll see you next time. Bye. Please feel free to leave a comment. If you like this video, click the like button. Remember to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to ring the bell.